Okay, awesome. Thank you, Charles. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hope y'all are having a happy Wednesday. Thank you for your patience with us getting these technical things together. We're doing a hybrid version tonight. And I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you so much for all the work you do, and we really appreciate you all as our commissioners of SSA 51. This is our third quarter of 2023 Commissioners Open Meeting. And Jennifer, are you okay with doing the roll call, or would you like me to do that? I don't know.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? I don't know.
Can you all hear Jennifer?
Yeah, we can hear it now.
Okay, great.
Now you can.
So I'll say this again, guys. So good evening. What we're going to do is do our roll call. We are now we're now officially recording. So this is part of the minutes. So we'll start with roll call. Vita can lead us into that, and then we'll move on. I typically like to do it as people came into the meeting. So, but it could be Vita, and then just right after Vita goes off, somebody just jumps in, and then we'll finish that way. Okay, Vita, start us off.
Present.
Okay, Chef Lamont. Moving to Patricia McCoy. And how about Clarence Glover? Okay. Because we see them on, but then we don't have
So
I'll turn mine off.
all right. Take your sound off as well. Okay, perfect. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Charles, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I hear you.
He's muted now. Charles, you're muted. Confirm that you can hear me, please.
Yes, I can hear you.
Why can't I hear him? What is going on with the sound today? I can't hear anything. Charles, you're muted, and I did not hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. So
my sound is on. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Mm-hmm. Chef Lamont, I can't hear him, and he's talking.
You can't hear me?
Okay. Something's going on in this. Oh, Charles said we can hear you. Okay, thank you. I don't know what's going on. All right. So let's go ahead and continue on. We're going to read and approve. Yeah, we did the roll call. I've welcomed everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, we're getting it together slowly but surely. And so we're going to read and approve the minutes next. And I'm just gonna pull them up on the screen as is. Yeah, so just review them. Give you a couple of minutes to do that. And then Vita, when you are ready.
The page is missing the front where it has the date. Okay, so I move that we approve the minutes from the last meeting dated Wednesday, August 16th, 2023.
I second the motion.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm not sure how I have that little stripe there that just happened, but I don't know where that came from. So back to looking over this agenda. The next thing we're going to do is look at our quarterly service report. So let's get started. Jennifer, did you want to speak about the budget, the SSA 2024 budget?
Sure. Okay, so the budget is now submitted. And we are basically all set to go before council except for two items, which is Alderman Hall needs to review the budget and Alderwoman Harris needs to review the budget. Alderman Hall gave us a date of October 31st. That is the soonest that he can, fit this into his calendar. So I did confirm with Jennifer Magallanes and Mark Rosen of Department of Planning if that was a timely date. And they did confirm that it is a timely date. And just to share with you guys, since you are all basically, city folk, because you are commissioners, our budget, all budgets in the city are backed up, not just SSA budgets. The whole city organizational chart in terms of what's getting approved through council, everything is late. So we're not going to go to council, I was told, until the latter part of the year. So definitely it's going to be sometime in the last quarter, which we're in the last quarter now, but it's going to be like sometime in late December, like end of the year before SSAs, which we're batched into that. So we don't have to worry that, this is so late, like this is really late for us, I realize, but that is the Johnson administration doing their thing and just making sure that all the departments are buttoned up. So right now, for example, today, the Department of Planning presented their budget to council. So a lot of nervous people because they don't have a commissioner. No one knows who's going to be cut, what's going to be cut. So they had to approve up themselves today for their budget. So that's what we're doing. Everybody's doing the same thing. But our budget pretty much is a simple thing, right? But some budgets are even more complicated. So I will keep you posted on that as far as your commissioner documentation goes, that's in, so we're good there. The only thing that that's pending from us as SSA 51 are those aldermanic approvals of the budget, which were on the calendar, but We haven't knitted yet because it's October 31st, and then Alderwoman Harris, we don't have a date from her, but she did confirm that she's going to be meeting with us to get that budget approved sometime in 1st of November. So we're good there, and I'll keep you posted. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We will move on to the part 2, advertising and promotions. We have a social media guide that we presented to you all, I believe, at the last meeting.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. And so since we presented that as well, just wanted to share it again in case you all forgot that we have an amazing social media guide that was created by the Chatham Business Association. Also, we still have our funding guide that's available as well. In August, we had Black Business Month, and I wanted to highlight a couple of things that happened during that month. And the first thing is the business of the month was all about kids, which is in our SSA. And then we also had some features on the CBA Instagram. So Nadia's was featured. That's on 75th. And of course, our very own Sizzling Skillets. We had a Black Business Month highlight. Chef Lamont, did you want to speak on how this benefited your business in the month of August and September?
For we had some nice walk-ins. For August and September, it was good. I heard some advertisement of it. A lot of people saying, "Hey, I seen your flyer." They came in, and also a few people came by the restaurant, and it was a good promotion. And some people say they seen it. They seen the ad at Chatham Business Association. It was really good, and the flyer was awesome as well. Well done with the flyer. Did you hear me? You couldn't hear me? Did you hear me?
You're muted, Rachel.
Yeah, I'm trying to be quiet because we're having some technical issues here. My
okay.
computer is not allowing me to hear you all. So, but Jennifer's is allowing us to hear. So she had muted hers because if I talk while her sound is up, there's an echo. So we weren't able to hear Chef Lamont in here, but I know that you all were able to hear him. So I don't know if you feel like repeating what you said, Chef Lamont, or not.
Oh, could you hear me now? Could you hear me now? Okay. All right. I said it was a good promotion. I had people coming in, said that they seen the flyer. I had some flyers in the restaurant as well. The flyers was did pretty awesome. I love the flyer. And then I had some return business off the flyer as well, and where they seen it at that came in. It was a good promotion. It was effective. Yes, indeed.
Charles muted me. Okay, so we love to hear that, and so every year, we want to give the commissioners that free advertising and marketing. So we're going to be doing more of that, even in a bigger way, creating like type of video type of things for the commissioners, stuff like that. So 2024, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing to give our commissioner businesses more, just, marketing. And then with the social media, if you needed some social media, we want to give you not only um, free marketing, because I that flyer, I did that flyer, but we can also do other marketing things for you. So if you wanted help with your social media, we want you to do better with that, and then we'll do that for you, of course, no charge, but we want to help you with your social media. Yeah. So just reach out to me anytime and say, Jennifer, I need some social media assistance, and then you will get that. Exactly. Okay. So next item. Sure.
So we're gonna wait a second while Mr. Glover comes in. Hello,
Beautiful.
thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. You wanna grab one of those packets on the table? You follow along with us and sign in. Thank you so much. So we're moving on to Cliff Warner. Would you like to take over and speak on public way maintenance? Why don't you come on over here onto the screen? Thank you, sir.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Chef Lamont, how's it going,
Hey,
brother?
brother, how we doing?
I be peaceful, baby. You know me.
Yes, indeed.
Cleaning's still going on. That's hasn't stopped. The good part about it is that we're doing a lot of de-weeding now. So trying to take the weeds out of the cracks in the streets. We had a tour that come through here. I'm not gonna talk about that tour, but what we did was we mapped out places where they was going, and we de-weeded along that route. So when these people come from out of town or out of the state, whatever it was coming from, they wouldn't see weeds 4 or 5 feet tall. We chopped it down pretty good. We're gonna be back on Cottage Grove next week, working from 87th Street, coming back towards north on Cottage. Just to finish that up. Get ready for our Christmas holidays. Number 2, hopefully that we will be giving away our snow. I don't mean giving away like that. I mean by giving away, I mean what I'm looking for.
Contracting it.
Contracting it out. Thank you, sweetie. Sometime soon, I'm going to meet with the young man, and we're going to do a drive through the SSA, and he's pretty familiar with it. But if it's true that we're going to get the snow we're going to be getting, we're going to get quite a bit of it. And I usually follow that 6 to 9 months out. They said we're supposed to get some, I guess because of climate change. It's all right with me. No, it's my thing. So, anybody have any questions? No. Sure.
Go to the next part. Public ways edits and holiday decorations between you and Jennifer.
Jennifer, you want to talk about that?
Sure. And then I guess I gotta pick my.
Then let's use, oh, well, you want to say one?
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so here's what we have for that. So what we're gonna do is, the goal here is to have wreaths that are high on the poles that are going to be put on the poles by a contractor like Bannerville, because they have the equipment to get it high enough so that it can't be ripped down or vandalized or what have you. So we are still waiting on a quote from Bannerville. We do have a quote from, we're not doing Bannerville, are we? Oh, okay, you're looking at me, okay. So, but then the wreaths, we do have a wreath quote for 56 wreaths and 56 bows. We're going to couple those wreaths and bows with what we have in inventory. And those are the wreaths and the bows, a total of how many? 100 and, how many are going up total, Cliff? 3? Yeah, 123 total within the SSA are going to be adorned they're going to adorn the poles with 123 wreaths that have the red bows on them. So it should make an effect. It should look very festive once they're all in place. So that's what we're gonna do. We're looking at have that done like in the next 2 weeks before Thanksgiving holiday. I think that is pretty much it. Is there anything more?
Was anything going on with
Good.
your dog? Like, are we still using them or you not?
Are we using Bill Durham?
That's who we got the quote from, I'm thinking, correct?
That's
That's what they.
So the answer is yes. And then we're going through to Clarice's point, we're going to go through your account. Okay,
Right,
so
but no, he had called me, but then so Rachel was saying there was some.
mhm.
Just trying to get the final.
Yeah, so we are looking at one other option, but to be honest with you, I just don't think that we're gonna be able to use that option because it's too late to switch. And 56 wreaths and 56 bows is hard to find right now. So we're just gonna go for it. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do because we want to have a festive corridors for this season. So there's no reason why we can't. And if we have other ideas that we need to implement for next year, now's the time to talk about it because the budget is open for it this year, right now. If you guys want to do something else, that's something we can talk about now. We can literally go in and change the budget for that. Be moving some stuff around, but I just want to make sure that you guys felt like you had a say in what we're doing here.
So the floor is open, commissioners, if you want to speak.
I'll say, hey, when they go up, we all need to get together and walk down Cottage Groves with our ugly sweaters on.
Oh, yes, with our hot chocolate.
Yeah, with some hot chocolate. We'll call it hot chocolate and ugly sweater day. And we all walk down and we look at
You know what?
the great work
Are we
they
gonna
put together,
carol?
have good conversation.
You know what? And I got an ugly sweater the other day. It was on sale. I was like, okay, it was an ugly sweater that cost like $40. It was like $5. I was like, I gotta get this ugly sweater. I'm never gonna wear it, but I gotta get it on sale. So yeah, okay, chef, we'll take you up on
As
that.
long as I can sing.
Vita, come on now. I know you got some ugly sweaters they left behind somewhere.
I have an ugly sweater, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And in those wreaths, are there any decoration inside the?
No, it's just gonna be the bow. But I gotta say, a wreath with a red bow is so pretty. Like that is
Oh,
really
yeah.
timeless.
So what we can't do is since you all got the flow, when we take them down and put them in, before we put them in storage, or we put them in storage, we can buy some holiday decorations at the end of the season.
Mhm.
And we decorate them ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I follow you because
Yeah,
now we see this picture
right,
and they just don't have a ball and they actually decorated
right.
around the surface of every, all the way down.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You see what I'm getting at?
Mhm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of creative minds in that office, so let's put some of them.
We can do some,
Yeah.
put some stuff on
put some
there.
stuff on. Seriously,
Yeah.
everything's up dog.
Oh, right, no girl.
Yeah.
No girl.
Yeah, no, that's when I asked, because I was looking at these up here.
Right, no.
Yeah, that stuff is so expensive. I can't believe how expensive that stuff is.
Oh, yeah. And it's getting even more.
It's like, why did you want $20,000 for a wreath? Like it's mind-boggling.
That's when you got people holler. That's why I tell them put flowers. Every day you go to the wholesale, it's a different price on that flower.
Right, every day, right? Oh my gosh. Every day. A tulip is a different price. Okay. So that's where we are with the holiday decorations. So we can move on. Wait, okay. Okay.
Okay, so next is facade improvements, which I don't believe we have any new projects this quarter. Um, and so we can keep going. Safety programs, we spoke about the cybersecurity program that is underway. Did you want to say anything else about
Yeah,
that?
so here's what we're doing with security. It is in the budget, and so one of the things we want to look at is we're going to be working with both Alderman Hall and Harris. So there's something called block serve, and we talked about this last time, if you recall. So we really want to offer an app. Is of course everybody said, no, it's nothing's going to solve anything. Something's going to solve. Nothing's going to solve nothing if we do nothing. So we just got to do something so that we start feeling like we're at least addressing and tackling. So the block serve app that's going to have synchronization with cameras so that business owners on the same block can be connected and synced up with this app. If you don't do this, then everybody's in a silo and you're fighting your own battle. We want to have all the businesses on the block fighting the same battle, because it really literally is the same battle. Even though you got hit, everybody got hit because one person gets hit. So we're going to do that, and that's going to create at least some signage, and so that people will know that these blocks are synced up, and maybe they'll go somewhere where they're not synced up. I don't know. So that's what we're going to be doing. But you'll hear more about that once we get more on that app and how those cameras will be synced up. It's not that syncing up is new, because that is not new, but the app and the notification system that's going to be sensitive to the block will be new. So I'll keep you posted on that.
Okay, thank you so much. We are going to go to our reports. We're going to start with the IDA tour, and it was very successful. So I'm just going to show a few pictures. And
So Charles, if can bring up the report. So this was a very this was very good that we did this, because what this did was it got us on the map in a different way with a new Department of Planning Administration. Because this IDA, it's called International Downtown Association. This is just a bunch of chambers. They get together once a year. They come together and they talk about all the problems that are going on in cities. So it's about cities. It's about urban areas, downtowns. So they came to Chatham, and there's a lot of components to this, and I'll get to all of it. They came to Chatham, and we had a gift bag, and of course, we did have Sizzling Skillet was an item in the gift bag. So let's go to the next slide, or the next page. So about 38 visitors came, and let me tell you, they were so happy that they chose Chatham because we gave them a gift bag, but then they saw how different and unique Chatham is of all the places in Chicago. They really, because some of those people had gone on other tours to other places within Chicago. And they were like, wow, so many of my colleagues were toured out, but this is the last tour and this is the best tour. I'm like, oh. So we were literally the last tour. It was October 6th on a Friday at 1:00. And so everybody was like, okay, they're toured out because they had been touring Chicago the whole week. So, so this was, and I can share this little presentation with you, but we basically put this together to show Department of Planning, Mark Rosen, Alan Doan, who's our program manager at the city as far as So you right now is today, that's the person who we go to, Jennifer, Magdalenas, all those people are the people who we work with for the SSA. So we want to show them the work that goes into the something we do. So that's what this presentation is showing them. You know, we just didn't have the tour. No, we did a lot of planning and executing of things to have the tour. So go to the next slide. So you may remember this flyer that went out. We emailed this, we handed it out, okay, a physical flyer, and then we also called people. And this was the get the word out flyer. This is when, I think sometime in July is when Department of Planning said to Chatham, said to the CBA, do you want to be a part of this? Because we want you to, we want Chatham to be a part of this. And we said, okay, we'll do it. And that's when this flyer was created. And then we gave it out to everybody, and some people wanted to be participatory, some people didn't. It really depended on the type of business you have. Like, for example, Vita, you're a service. So it would have been a little hard for you, particularly to be in that I understand. So, but it had to, we had to let everybody know about it. So this was the flyer that went out. Next slide. And this was the map that Cliff came up with. How were we going to best present to a group of people who are from Paris to Toronto to Jamaica? Like, what do we want to show them? So this was the map that we presented, and those are the turn-by-turn stops that we literally had to give that to the IDA organization a month prior to that. Okay, go to the next slide. So once we understood that we were going to do this, once we started talking to the businesses about it and they wanted to present something in the swag bag that we put together, then we decided to have a market study done so that people can understand what is going on in Chatham. And so this market study, most of you have seen the book. It's like a little booklet. It's actually thicker than that because that's only the market study brochure for the IDA tour. The actual market study has more data in it. It has so much more data in it. When that is printed out, you will be the first to get it. So, but we had to, in order to do the market study, we had to do a focus group. Right. So we invited people to do the focus group. And of course, our commissioners were first to be asked. And if you couldn't make it, it was okay. From the focus group, if you recall, we did a photo shoot. And so a lot of that information came out of the focus group, and the photo shoots were used for the market study. And we also hired a professional. They do data analytics, and they pull data from all crevices of Chicago to understand what is now going on within a 10-mile radius of Chatham. What are the spending habits? What is the shopping diversity? Meaning, do we have a coffee shop in Chatham? Because we don't. We don't have a coffee shop in Chatham. We should. We have a grocery store. Well, we do. Chatham is actually very vibrant. Chatham's got a lot going on. So, but we still have vacancies. We still have, we don't have a very diverse small business, group of businesses that serve the community. And we do have big box businesses, but the small businesses on the eastern side of state, we want to see more diversity. And then we want to see more people, the residents who make, according to this report, they make over $80,000 a year. Many residents do. but they're still shopping outside of Chatham. So those are the things in the market study that will be talked about, but we had to do the focus group. So again, we're just showing the Department of Planning, see, this is, a flyer that we put together that links up to an actual executable event. So we want to show them, like we're doing the work, that's what kind of showing them here. Okay, next slide. So this is the first page of the market study. I did not put the whole market study in this slideshow presentation because it's, market study is like 18 pages. I didn't want to go through all that, but this is the first page of it though. And if you don't have a copy, I can send you electronic version for sure. But this is how we are spotlighting the businesses, and all of you, every single one of you are in the market study. Okay. So next slide. So now we're gonna get to the swag bag. The swag bag was such a big hit. I mean, I couldn't tell you how the faces just beamed when we gave them the bag. So, and the bag had it was 14 things in the bag, as you see listed there, and most of it was food, and it was great. Okay, next slide. So that's this is an image of what was in the bag. Okay, and so we had all the people to participate. Now, what we did learn is that people on the western side of Chatham, they wanted to participate, but we wanted to keep the small businesses in the hearts and minds of the people. If we go west of state and get all those other people, giving samples and all of that, it just would have taken away from the small business community that we want to foster. So, okay, next slide. So this was something that actually went in the bag too, just to kind of like a little welcoming page, and just kind of telling them this is the front page of a 2-page flyer. When you have this bag and it's full of stuff, you need some guidance, like what's in this bag. So next slide, it really kind of goes and tells them exactly what business is in the bag and what they provided. So that is really clear. It's like a little itemized, what is it called? A purchase order list. What's in this bag or what's in this box? There it is. That's what you got. Okay. And a picture below. And then of course, the Chatham Business Association, we offered a really nice pen with a stylus at the other end. We offered water, and of course the brochure, the data. Okay, next slide. So this is some of the responses that we got at the end of the tour. People were so impressed with the tour, with Chatham, with what they saw. They wanted to stay, they wanted to get out, but they couldn't because they had to go, it was time. They got out. Yeah, correct. They got out at the Mahalia Jackson Court. Mahalia Jackson Court, that's where they got out. They did not get out in Chatham, the restaurants in the 75th Street. They didn't get out. We even took them to West Chatham. They saw the new Foot Locker with the art there. They really felt like, wow, Chatham, and they saw it too, because these are people who do urban, they're in their urban planning world. They saw that this side had small businesses and this side had big businesses. And they were like, wow, who put it that way? I'm like, well, the Chatham Business Association did it. What do you think? I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm pretty sure we have a hand in making sure that the small businesses are taken care of. And people are realizing that if your small businesses are weak, your community's weak. You just can't have one big box and everybody fighting for, a $10 hour job. So we're happy that we do have and able to have a dual economy with small businesses flourishing, big box flourishing. So they were very impressed. They want to see more. They want to come back to Chicago. It's like, wow, Chicago vibes. It was like a whole thing. So I'm happy that we did this. Okay, next. This is a picture of me with them at the hotel right before we embarked on the tour. So they had like this big sign that said Chatham, and everybody that chose to do the tour, they came down and we all met. And then I figured that'd be a good time for us to take a picture. Okay, next slide. Like this is it. I think this is the last one. Yeah, this is the last one. So basically, you know, this is the final slide of this presentation, just saying to the Department of Planning. So the person who is heading up SSAs now is her name, what's her name? Mary, she's got the Irish name. What's her, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot her name. But we want to show them this. We want to show them this presentation and you know, so that when people come into Chicago and they're looking for places to go and places to see and restaurants to go to or whatever, they'll look at Chatham. And more of this probably likely will be happening because of the DNC coming with the convention and the Obama Library. Okay, so that was that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for sharing that. Does anyone want to add or ask any questions?
I know the bag was awesome.
Yes, thank you for bringing one. That was really nice.
My volume's all the way up. Hello. I don't know what's going on here.
Okay, if nobody wants to speak, if you did, say something now,
So
because
they
we
did
didn't hear
speak.
you.
They
if you
said
did.
thank you for the information.
Okay.
The
Hello.
bag was well put together. It was really good. I mean, I love the everything that was in the bag. One of my employees took my book, the confirmation book. The fate speak book. What was that? Positive affirmation. And
Oh, right.
that was a good book. I was like, oh, that was great. The positive one of my employees took it. But before they took it home, they read it in the restaurant throughout the day. You know, so it was a very good conversation piece. And
Yeah.
that was really good, yet alone food, but some education at the same time. And some faith building and some character building. That was really, really, really good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that book too, back to back. I read it. Same day I
Awesome.
got it. Yeah. Dr. What's his Dr. Caesar. Yeah.
I didn't even get that far. They took the book from me.
Well, we'll get you one. We'll get you another one. Okay, we have an extra one. We're gonna get that to you.
Okay, great. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. I will continue on with our agenda. So we are going to go over the back to school reports briefly. If you all would like a digital copy, we can send them over, but I'm just going to kind of summarize that. At the last meeting, we spoke about our Elgin Sims, LG Sims event that happened at the end of July. But we didn't have a chance to speak about Alderman Harris's event because it hadn't happened yet. And that one was quite a success. We had a total number of 4 barbers and 3 salons, barbershops and 3 salons. We had a total number of 32 free haircuts and hairstyles. So the barbers and the salons in attendance were Chicago 9 Social Club, Cuts to Perfection, Iman African Hair Braiding, Nadia's Beauty Salon, Style Lounge, Fabulous Fades, and Earl's Barbershop. So all of those were also in attendance at LG Sims event, except for Cuts to Perfection and Earl's Barbershop. And at that event, we had 20 free haircuts and hairstyles done, 2 barbers and 3 salons. Okay, so also we had quite a few schools that were represented. They were kind of all over. And then also the majority of the kids that came to the August 26th event came from 60619 zip code. But then you had the second up was 60617, and then the same amount of 60615, 60628, and 60649. So it's quite a variety. And like I said, if you all would like a copy of these reports, just let me know and I can send them over. All right, and this is one of the images from that Alderman Harris event. I think that's such a cute picture. So next we'll talk about you've already spoke a little bit about the marketing study, Jennifer. Did you want to speak more about it, or do you want to move on to building to business?
We can do building to business, yeah.
All right.
We're gonna make sure that everybody's got an electronic version of the market study
Mhm.
once the full version is released, which should be in a couple of weeks
Okay.
or a week.
Thank you.
Yeah, before the 14th,
Okay, I don't know what happened.
you know.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I messed up something. Oh, Charles,
You
this is
just have to
Charles.
reshare your screen.
What's happening? I'm sorry. Go right ahead, Jennifer.
Okay, sure. Do I need to, do I need to turn that on or should I?
The building to business, if do you want to share, so Charles needs to be
No, I don't need to. I don't have anything to share yet that's underway. So here's what we're trying to do. We have, since the beginning of this year, we have been digging deep and trying to figure out who owns buildings that are vacant, buildings that need help, buildings that are not vacant, property owners that have reached out to us who said they need help, but they don't know what to do. So we have all these buildings. Basically, it's a real estate issue. We have all these buildings, we have all this infill, we have people that we don't know that they exist, but the building is looking at us, crumbling down. So we have a database that has all those different things organized. And so the bottom line it comes down to is this: who owns the building? And so we are now starting something called, it's created by the Chatham Business Association. It's going to be called Buildings to Business, or Building to Business, where we're going to be matching up buildings to businesses who are existing businesses or entrepreneurs that don't have a building right now. Who wants to take this property on? So, but the first step to that is contacting the owner of the business that is in the SSA corridor. Who owns the building? And so when we create a partnership and an understanding with that owner, meaning when we find someone who's interested, can you talk to them? Can we put a sign in your window? It's going to be this big blue sign, building to business, for lease or sale. Tell us, Mr. or business owner, or really property owner, do you want to sell your property or do you want to rehab it and lease it? If you want to rehab it and lease it, we're going to help you do that. We're also going to help you find somebody who's interested in your building. What we need you to do is to agree to talk and agree to basically participate. And so once the sign goes in the window and Cliff he sees the sign, he says, you know what? I want this building. And then when he goes to the website that the Chatham Business Association is going to create, they're going to go to the website's going to be cbaworks.org/building to business. When you go to that website, you will be able to find a building. You will be able to reach out to that property owner. When you reach out to that property owner, they're going to be aware that they are a part of this. That's why we're contacting them first. When they're contacted, they're going to have a script and questions that we're going to give them, so that they are not just, well, no, we want them to know what to say so that they don't miss the opportunity, right? And then once those two people connect, and maybe there is a connection, maybe there isn't, but at least we got to try. Once that connection is done, then they'll come back to the CBA and say, Jennifer or Melinda or Rachel or whoever, you remember I'm part of this thing? Well, this person contacted me. What do we do? And then we'll give them a course of action. But everyone's going to be so uniquely different. We can't just put something together. It's just going to be impossible. So this is what we're going to try to do so that we can address the vacancies that will not cost the SSA budgetary money. This is just something that will be very nominally feed. It's just really the only effort will be man hours, if you will, and then maybe the poster in the window. That's it. Other than that, it's really going to be between the property owner and the random person that comes along and says they want the building. So that's going to start second quarter of 2024. We're working on the script to talk to the property owners literally as we speak. And we'll start calling people next week. Okay. So does anybody have any questions or suggestions? Because this is wide open. This is definitely something you, the commissioners, will get credit for. Like, this is coming out of the SSA. This is it's not for Chatham. This is for the SSA. We're not doing Chatham like this. We're only doing the SSA. Okay. So yeah, any questions or, let me know.
All right, thank you. So we just have the last thing, if you want to turn your volume down one last time. I just want to point out that everyone should have received this letter. And I know a lot of you were asking me about this a couple of months ago and said, let's just wait until we get all the commissioner stuff in and then we're going to deal with this one. I'm going to read it out loud. It was an email. So it should say, Dear appointed official, we're sending you this email because our records indicate that you still have not completed the 2023 online ethics training for appointed officials. By law, you must complete this training before January 1st, 2024. If you fail to do so, you are subject to being found in violation of the city's ethics laws, daily fines of $250 per day until you complete the training, and having your name in violation made public. Accessing and completing the training is easy and can be done from any computer, including your home computer. To access the program, which is on the Chicago e-learning, please follow these instructions. Please click or paste the following link in your Google Chrome. Then it has the link that's highlighted, okay? And then press enter. All right, this will take you to the Chicago e-learning homepage. And this is what that looks like, everyone. It looks like this, okay? And so then from there, a lot like what we did before when we were getting everybody certified, you're just going to go ahead and if you have never been to that page, they're going to prompt you to enter a username and password and to sign up. From the e-learning page, click on 2023 ethics training under the enrollment section, and that'll automatically launch the training. All right, and the training is narrated verbatim with the timing of the slides based on the narration. You can adjust or even turn off the volume through your computer screen, speaker's icon if you wish not to hear the verbatim narration. The navigational arrows you will need to advance to the next pages appear in the lower right-hand corner. You may need to expand the screen to see the arrows. After you finish the course, please click the exit button on the course completion page and then the X at the top right of the screen to close the program. Once you have completed it, you will receive a completion notification email with a certificate of completion that you may want to keep for your records. Note, the system allows us to track your completion of the program, so you need not send us your certificate of completion. Please contact the Chicago eLearning Help Desk at 312-584-3335. That's 312-584-3335. Should you need assistance accessing the Chicago eLearning system, the hours for support are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so if you all need any further assistance, please just reach out to myself or Jennifer, and we will help you with this, okay?
So let me understand, so this is something that came from, who did it come from?
This is coming from the main office and everyone received it.
Cause you know what, I'm confused because I didn't receive it.
I didn't
but
either, but all the commissioners did.
Okay, okay, commissioners, so Clarence, you received that? You received it? Okay, because,
They don't.
they were saying that you only need to do the ethics, well,
Your Rita Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
This is separate from that.
and she sends it out every other day to remind you.
Okay. Well, then I guess you better do it.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
we'll get it done, Miss Jackson.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh. Okay, so, and the
We'll get
last
it done.
thing is the Chicago Art Institute free tickets, right, Jennifer?
Yeah, we do have free tickets. So I need to verify those dates though. I think we do have the free tickets. I don't know what exhibit is current. I think I just don't remember which exhibit is current because usually they do stuff for the holidays. So I need to get verification of what is happening for the holidays.
Okay. So that's all that I have on my list of things to go over. And now we just have Q&A and anything else you want to add? The floor is open.
We want to wish, okay.
They're volume.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Chef Lamont.
I didn't say anything.
We can't hear you.
I wasn't responding on anything.
Oh, okay.
I just want to say that we should wish Alderman Hall safe travels as he is coming back to Chicago from Texas. He is at the border. And we do want to wish him a safe travel back so that he can report back to us what's going on,
Yes, absolutely.
since he is our alderman.
Absolutely. I also want to wish a happy birthday to Miss Pat McCoy.
Oh, right. She turned 50.
Happy birthday. Oh, oh.
Hi, gorgeous.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Mm-mm.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Is Cliff in there so I can tell him thank you too?
He right here.
Hey, Cliff.
You having a party in Chicago? You having a party?
No, they gave me a surprise party. I didn't know anything about it.
Ah, okay.
Oh, she just didn't want to say.
We weren't invited.
You tell it like it is.
I said it was
Mr. Glover
he always
said.
tell it like it is. I said it was a surprise. I didn't know anything.
Mr. Glover said it. Sorry. Commissioner Glover said that. Well,
Oh, okay, thank you.
commissioners, if there's nothing else, we could give you the balance of your evening.
All right, we're in this meeting at 7:15 PM.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone, be well. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.